Hey, so I have this planer that I use in my wood shop, which is really a hobby shop. It's a WEN 6552T planer. I think it's about a 13-inch wide planer, and I use it for just doing fun things, and it's worked fine. Came out to use it the other day, and my rollers wouldn't roll, and so it wouldn't feed the stock through the planer. So I was looking around under there and I found this little piece, and it's a piece of a sprocket that turns the chains. And so I took it apart and I found the rest of the pieces all broken apart. So looks like it's something easy to fix. So I went online, went on YouTube looking for a video or something to fix it, and I couldn't find one. But I went onto the WEN website and looked up reviews and stuff for this particular planer, and there were a number of mentions of the sprocket breaking. So so I ordered a new sprocket, got it the next day. So the service with respect to getting a replacement part was very quick and easy. So I'm gonna try to fix this on my own, and I'm gonna record it so anybody else has this problem, they'll be able to do it as well. It looks pretty easy. So the first thing, of course, is removing the handle, which I already did. It's pretty simple. Just take the little cap off, use the wrench, take it off. Then there's 4 screws on the top. Take those out. And then once you do that, you're able to open the whole planer up. And let me see if I can bring you in here close to see this. Here. Really see what's going on. So here's, you can see the chains. And so this chain is connected to the gearbox, and you can see it's all wound up. It comes back to the outfeed roller, which is where the sprocket was on that broke. And then there's a second sprocket that goes from the outfeed to the infeed roller. So this is what I'm gonna have to replace and get on there, and hopefully that's gonna fit on there. And also get the chain off, get attached to the sprocket. So what I'm gonna do is take this off, feed it through behind this, and get both of these put back on. The only thing I'm not sure about, they have these little retaining clips, and that's what holds the sprocket in place. I have a feeling there's probably a special tool for quickly getting these things off of there, which I don't have. So I'm gonna try to figure it out, put it back together. Okay, it came right off. So now this chain is all wound up in here. So we gotta figure out how to get, oh, there it goes, right there. So this one's good. And the new one, which is going to go down below, let's just see if it fits up here. Yep. That one's going to go down there. So here's the new sprocket. It's going to go in here, but you can see it's a little, I had to finesse this. Yeah, it goes in all the way. It when it broke, it kind of nicked the shaft of the roller, created a little burl on it. So I had to get, I took a file and just knocked that burl down. So hopefully didn't damage the whole thing, but it's gonna go on. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen right here. And if I can get this whole thing on back where it needs to be. Come on. Okay, I finally got the new sprockets on and the chain back on, and it wasn't easy because I didn't know what I was doing. And let's see, there's plenty of slack in the chains, but every time I tried to put it on, it was so tight I couldn't get the sprockets over both of these, and get one on, but I couldn't get the other on. So I Googled it and looked and searched for like an hour. I couldn't find what to do, and I'm like, I'm not taking this whole thing apart. And so finally, what I did was I took this was off, so I know that the rollers aren't going to spin, and I plugged in my planer and just clicked on and off so that the gearbox would rotate, and put this little keyhole part in a different spot. I did it like 2 or 3 times, and it landed in just the right spot, and the thing just slid on perfectly. So I'm not going to take it off because it took me a long time to get it on to show you, but that's the trick. So next, I'm going to get these back on there, and then we should be ready to go. Okay, so what I did didn't work. So you can see I removed the chain and the sprocket, and I removed the chain and 2 sprockets and chain, and the outfeed roller from the back. So it didn't work when I turned it on, so I took everything back apart, realized that outfeed roller is just not turning. So I took it apart, pretty easy to do, take it off. Just a couple screws and a bracket that hold it in there, along with the little spring, one on each side. And then you can see right here, this bearing block turns really good. This bearing block, man, it's like fused together. So I don't know what happened. Maybe there was no grease on there, or it dried up and it just fused. I'm not really sure, but so I'm gonna go on the website, look how much replacements cost for those. And then I'll either order those and put it back together, or if they're too expensive, I might not fix this planer because it might not be worth it, especially if more things are gonna happen. But pretty easy, so I hope nobody has to go through this, but if you do, that's a pretty easy thing to take apart, and I think be pretty easy to put back together, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so parts came just about an hour ago. The new outfeed roller and your new bearing block. So on this one, it's going to roll, whereas on the one that I took out, just stuck there. So just totally fused on. But anyways, the process of ordering the replacement parts from WEN, super easy, and came right away. So no complaints about that. The 2 parts were about maybe $25 in total, so not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in there, and then we'll get back to the chains, and we'll put it all back together, and we'll see if it works. So it's pretty easy, I think. Came out pretty easy. There's a spring, there's a hole in there, the spring goes in there, the bearing block goes on, the holds the spring up against the spring, and then this little bracket goes up in there and mounts it up into there. So hopefully it goes quickly. And we're gonna do this side first, I think. So let's see how this goes. There are sharp blades up here. One bracket is a little different than the other one, so it's pretty obvious what side it goes on. Easiest one. I'm just tighten them all up. Not too bad. Might have been easier on its side, but not bad. Kind of trying to be careful because those blades are right there, and I don't want to hit one. There, that one turns. That was not doing that before. That one turns. I think we're good. Now we gotta get these chains back on. Went ahead and got me the tool I need to really get in here and do these things correctly. So I haven't tried this yet, but sure makes a lot of sense. Wow. A lot better than what I was doing before. So if I can scoot this out a little bit. Get this first chain on. Okay. Lock it back on there. Wow. What a difference this makes. It's just the hard one before. Let's see what happens here. Let's get this on here first. Then this up here. Wow. What a difference when you can turn the roller. I spent a half an hour or more trying to get that on when I couldn't turn the roller, so dang. I guess that was the problem. And get that hooked on there. Jeez. Okay, this is the moment of truth. It's all put back together. That took me maybe 30 minutes to do that once I had the right parts and a better tool, and so it wasn't really that difficult. But now I'm gonna run this one little piece of cherry wood through here and just see if the rollers get a hold of it and we can get a cut on it and everything works. Okay, keeping our fingers crossed. All right, so ran it through, worked great. Rollers gripped it good, took it on through, cutter cut it. Looks like it's ready to go, so I'm gonna call it complete. And overall, I'd say it's pretty easy repair to do on all of those. It just takes a little time, and hopefully this video will help you, if you ever have to do this, know what you need to do. So good luck. Well, we're back again with another update. Unfortunately, the repairs that we made only worked for a short period of time. After I ran about 3 or 4 boards through, it stopped advancing the boards again. So I called WEN and I called their warranty department and explained the repair and what wasn't working and what I had done, and they were really good. They actually immediately said it's the gearbox, and they immediately shipped me out a new one, which came in a few days. So the old one is right, let's if I get it right in there for you. Right here, held in by 4 screws right there. Took them off, super easy. Gonna just slide it out. And then I'm gonna install this new one. And I can say honestly that I don't really see much of it. I mean, I can't tell that it's broken by just looking at it. When I turn it by hand, it's pretty much feels like it's doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna figure out how to get this thing on there. And now there it is right there. Put these back in. There's actually 6 bolts on this gearbox. There's 2 right here that don't get removed. They're just part of the gearbox structure itself. So in any case, it's just, try this one first. Just getting these 4 bolts back in there. And then again, of course, my fun thing, putting the chains back on. And then we'll see if it works. So I'll give you an update from there.